All right, hello everybody. Sorry, my video started 3 seconds into it already before I even said hello. So let's talk. So today is Friday, or if you're subscribed to my subscriber list and you just happen to see this video attached to one of my emails, you can start this any day. So what I'm doing is a weekly book club type of thing, and this week, well, not just this week, but ongoing until we finish the book, we're doing, can you see it? .com Secrets by Russell Brunson. So I got this book like a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, and I read through it real quick. I flipped through it real quick. A few times. Here and there, I'm kind of dancing around looking for the information. And just recently, my reselling business is going fantastic. Okay. However, my oh wow, my video is really dark. I'm really sorry about that. I'm going to work on a better lighting solution. So that completely broke my train of thought. I'm sorry. My reselling business is doing really well. It's just a matter of getting the listings up and talking to people and just be willing to make some deals, basically. Not afraid of, I'm selling it for 500, it's worth 700. Am I really losing $200? No, because if you picked it up for $100, you're actually making $400. You give a person a great discount on something, they're going to come back to you in the future. This is super important. The same thing that works online. So I've noticed my affiliate marketing or online sales, online marketing type of thing, it's not doing so well. I get money from it, but it's a little bit sporadic. It's not as steady as I would like it, and it's not nearly as much as I would like it. So I'm evaluating my online business, and I'm thinking about it, and I'm thinking about it. And I'm like, okay, maybe I can pull some attention away from reselling and really focus on internet marketing for a little bit. I gotta be a master at dividing up my day, basically. So I just wanted to give you this really quick rundown um, of why uh, I'm doing this. Man, okay, so I'm just having a little bit of a problem for my platform. I don't know if it's the platform or what the deal is, but it's not being very cooperative today. It made me late doing this and everything else. So today I wanted to try the 2:30 slot, which is 5:30 Eastern time. Just wanted to see if it would get a little bit better results and whatnot. Uh, so, oh my gosh, are you serious? Oh, you can still hear it. Okay. So you just saw me have a huge meltdown, and the reason for that is because, oh, I clicked on, okay, great. So the reason for that is I clicked on YouTube to see what was going on, and uh, I wasn't hearing it through my headphones. I was hearing it through the normal speaker, and that freaked me out. And I'm thinking, holy crap, did they just watch this whole thing? Did they just watch this whole thing without any type of audio whatsoever? What's going on? So, and now the software, the platform that I'm using is kind of messed up today because I'm not able to connect to the global chat. So if you guys leave me a chat, just if you leave a comment, just have a little bit of patience. So let's go ahead and share the screen right now. It's going to give me a hard time on that too. Okay, share the freaking screen. Oh man, sometimes this stuff can be just beyond frustrating. Start screen sharing. Okay, so screen, window, entire screen, screen one. Okay, great. Here we go. Sorry about that. All right, I could just exhale a little bit. This can get insanely. What's that word I'm looking for? This can get insanely stressful because you're trying to do a couple of things at one time, and that normally doesn't work properly. All right, so .com secrets. I wasn't happy with my .com business, and I was going through my books, and I found this book, and I started reading through the preface, the foreword, the introduction, and I was really impressed that in the foreword and the introduction there was a lot of detail. And what I liked the most was about two things I really enjoyed. Dan Kennedy talking about internet wizards and how they promise you the world and they want you to think everything's like magic, and you follow them down this rabbit hole. And for some people they produce, some people can make a little bit of money from it, others crash and burn, and they're just cycling through it like it's some type of crazy numbers game. That was him, and he's going into it and saying that Russell Brunson might really sound like one of these wizards, but he's the type of person that really delivers. So there was that. Now, Russell Brunson wrote the introduction, and in the introduction he talks about his first struggles with his first products. And he goes into detail about everything him and his friend went through to start selling potato gun plans online. And I thought it was pretty amazing because he does something nobody else I've never seen do. Okay? I ask a lot of business people, where do you get your leads? Where do you get the majority of your leads? And a lot of them tell me, they troll Facebook. A lot of them buy their leads. And then there are those who are still doing traffic exchanges and safe list mailers. Okay. These are not real forms of advertising or business promotion. Now, I know what you're saying. Social media is king and you can do amazing things. Yeah, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the social media trollers who contact you out of the blue. They say, oh, I liked the last video you did. They never mention the name of the video. They just, I liked it. It gave me really good information. They're real general about it. And they're like, so I see you're into internet marketing like I am. This works really well for me. And boom, they throw the link out there and they expect you to jump on it like it's some type of, like they're saving you or something. It's insanity. That's not real advertising. It's not even real business. It's more of pestering, kind of a old school telemarketing kind of system. I don't think the sales systems have really stopped. I just think they change media is all. So that being said, Russell goes in just talking about he's advertising on Google. And his customer acquisition at one time was, I want to say he was saying it was $1 a customer to get them, and he'd get make the sales, and because he only spent $10 on the sale, then he was making something like a $20 profit. Then what happened was, for him, from his point of view, it seemed like overnight Google's prices changed, and it went from the lowest amount to $50 to acquire a customer to make a sale. And now he's spending $50 to make basically a $30 sale with a $20 profit. So this really like ended his business for him. Well, for most people, this would have ended their business. But what Russell did, and he tells us about it. First, he's telling us where he's advertising. He's telling us how much the advertising is costing. And he's telling us he hits this brick wall because all of a sudden his sales funnel can no longer afford the price of customer acquisition or the price to make the sale, however you look at it, okay? Now, when I say customer acquisition, I'm really not talking about someone who signed up for his email list. I'm talking about someone who bought something from him. He acquired a paying customer. All right. So what he did was, rather than having a funnel that only makes him $20 profit, I forgot where he gets the idea. I'm going to have to go through and reread it. And I don't want to sit here and like read the book in front of you guys or read it to you like, we're in school. But I will recommend that you get a hold of this book right here. Can you see it again? There we go. I'm in the little square at the bottom. Okay. At the bottom in the, what do you call it? In the video description, there's a link for you to get this book. Right now, Russell's not charging anything to acquire the book, although it does have a retail price of $26.99 on it. He's waiving that and just charging shipping. So if you want to get this book just for the price of shipping, go ahead and click the link to Russell's book in the description, and it will. There's no tricks or nothing. It'll just take you directly to his page, so you can give him your information, and he sends you out the book, basically. And I do recommend reading this book because I found the introductory stuff very valuable. And going into the book, this will really tell you why, okay? So I need to find something real quick. So I'm going to stop sharing for a second. Here we go. Okay, good. Where was that? Where did I put that? There's a document I need for this, and I'm not sure where in the world there it is. Boom, my ideal customer. Okay, great. This is perfect. I like it. And I'll just toggle between the two pages, and we will get some stuff done. Okay, and go back to screen share. No, not. Oh, my computer is really giving me the business today. Okay, so screen and entire screen and screen one. There we go. Share. Okay, let's go back to the previous page. Okay, so now if you want, go ahead and do a screen capture, and you can capture these notes. Or you can comment that you'd like a copy of the notes, and I'll send them to you if you really want them. They're not real in depth. It's just hitting some key points and keeping me on track, okay? So Russell and his buddy got together. They came up with this idea of, rather than just selling the plans to put together a potato gun, they'll sell the plans with an upsell. Was it an upsell? I don't remember. But he, excuse me, with an upsell to buy the entire kit. So not only do you get the blueprints, but you get all the parts and everything you need to put the potato gun together. And for those of you who don't know what a potato gun is, it's basically a pipe that you shove a potato or pieces of potato in it. There's two different types. There's like the little bullet type where you kind of, you're feeding little potato balls in it, where you got to take a potato and a melon ball or ball your own balls and load them into this gun, and it fires them out like a cannon. Or they got the bigger ones where they shoot out an entire potato. Like, it's crazy. I'm not sure which ones Russell was selling. He didn't really go into a lot of detail, but he did say this made his funnel go from being worth only $20 in profit to being worth $69 in profit. after parts and everything. And he wasn't even putting together the kits. He outsourced the kit part. He was just selling it. Someone else was putting them together. They were splitting, he'd pay him, and then he was still making a huge profit of $69 per sale. So as you can see, there's a huge difference. You can take something and add value to it, and it's so much bigger. So it's like someone signs up to your email list, and then they sign up for it, and then boom, it takes them to an offer. Let's say you're selling an ebook for $7. It takes them to the $7 offer. Boom, there you go. Then once they do that, it shows them another pop-up. Now, this is all part of your funnel. And maybe it's a product that you're selling for $49.95. And they buy that, and then boom, another pop-up comes up, and that's the $97 one. And they buy that. And now all of a sudden, look at all the money you made from one sale, rather than just not making any money at all because you're just collecting email addresses, from making $7 a sale, well, not to making a sale that's $7, then an upsell of $49, then an upsell of $97. See how that all works out, how it builds up like that? I want to make sales funnels like that. Now, don't misunderstand me. A sales funnel, okay, the first question I have on these notes is, do you know what a sales funnel is? And a sales funnel is a little bit different from a regular funnel. Now, if you've taken any online marketing classes or read any books, or sat through some YouTube videos or Facebook videos, or just whatever, there's all this information floating around out there. They'll talk about a funnel. There's this one guy I knew. He's talking about his website is being a funnel because he has a link section, and he has this training program where you go through the training program, and it recommends you go through all the links and sign up for all the programs that are in there so that you could be geared up to make 100% profit. Well, not 100% profit, excuse me, to make a bunch of sales. He called that his funnel, okay? That is not a sales funnel. It's just a funnel. Basically, he's funneling people in through there and hoping they click on the links and buy the various offers and sign up for the different stuff, okay? Which primarily it was supposed to be basically like a free traffic generator. So he added all this onto it to kind of make it more like a funnel. And he's trying to convince everyone else that this is their sales funnel. No, it is not. It may be a funnel, but it's not a sales funnel, okay? Another thing about Russell's introduction, or not even an introduction, it's part one, Sales Funnel Secrets. He starts talking about if someone goes to a website, there's too many places for them to get confused. There's too many places for them to get hung up. And when the mind gets confused, it instantly says no. They click out, they're done, they're on to the next thing. You lost them forever, basically. So his business plan, which I don't know, might work for him. I have no proof whether it does or does not. I just knew I didn't want to do that. Okay, there's a bunch of programs on there that I didn't want to sign up for, and therefore there's no way I could talk or expect anyone else to do it. So, that's why all this is kind of crazy. So basically a sales funnel is pages that are set up to make sales. And they're basically selling, you could sell, I've been through funnels before, and I wanted to see where they go. I wanted to see where they ended. And I've dropped a couple $100 on some of these funnels, buying whatever they were selling. And it's pretty amazing because some of them, I've never gotten to the end of it. They start getting into those, $1,000 products, or, everything's like 500, and I just wasn't going to that extent just to see where the funnel went to. But if I dropped a couple $100 on the first 5 levels of the funnel, I wonder how many other people. And to me, that's real money right there. That's the type of money that you can fold up and put in your wallet. So it's super important for you to know what a sales funnel is, okay? And I just went through why is a sales funnel better than a website, because a website is freaking confusing. And I've even taken my personal website and slimmed it down so it kind of looks like a sales page. There's not like a lot of places for them to go. There's not a lot of different menu choices. It just kind of, if they see something that piques their interest, they can click on it. That type of thing. And it's super important. It's super important for you to be absolutely clear on every capture/sales page you make. One sales page sells one thing. You can give away bonuses until you're blue in the face, but you're selling one thing per page. You don't want to confuse anybody, because the confused mind always says no. That's one thing I truly, truly believe in. Back when I used to sell computers, I was dying. I was dying left and right. My manager gave me these Zig Ziglar cassette tapes. Yes, I am that old. And I listened to them. I had the whole weekend off, which in retail, as you guys know, is super rare. I went home that weekend, and that's all I did was listen to those tapes. And Zig Ziglar, in those tapes, he's never met me, and I'm pretty sure he made those tapes like years before I got my hands on them. Because especially back then in the 80s, tapes like that from people like Zig Ziglar, he never gave those away. Those usually cost a few $100s. They were expensive. And this was a whole like big kit. I want to say there was at least 15 cassette tapes in there. It was nuts. It was big. It was big. Gave me a lot of information about selling. And when I went back, I instantly started making sales. It was the weirdest thing, because I was doing something wrong. I was dressing up in a suit, jacket and everything, tied up, buttoned up. And I was talking to these people using a lot of jargon. This was like 1986. So, 86, 87. So using that type of jargon back then, I was just alienating all my potential customers. And I didn't even know what I was doing. I was doing that. I was just trying to show them how knowledgeable I was and building their trust in my professionalism and knowledge. So after listening to Zig Ziglar, Radio Shack, especially in their computer centers, the Tandy computer centers, they had a very strict dress code. So what I did was I took off my jacket, I undid my top button, loosened up my tie, undid my sleeve buttons, my cuffs, and rolled them up. So I still was dressed in shirt and tie. However, I looked like I was doing a lot of work. And when I started talking to the people, I started talking to them in a more colloquial language. Rather than talking above their head, I kind of broke it down for them. And the sales came in, and it was pretty amazing. It was amazing. So that's what I'm hoping this book will do for me on internet marketing. Now, I don't only have this book. I have the entire trilogy, and we will be going through the entire trilogy, okay? But don't worry about that for right now. For right now, secret number 1, the secret formula. Okay, who is your dream customer? All right, who are they? So Russell tells this story about how he was complaining to a friend about how he really doesn't like his customers. And his friend kind of laughed at him and said, it's your fault because you chose those customers. Russell went on to explain that he was advertising to the general audience en masse. He wasn't specifically targeting anyone. It was just people in general, basically. And that created a lot of extra work, extra aggravation. He really wasn't enjoying what he was doing anymore. So he sat down and he kind of figured this out. He was like, who is my ideal customer? Who is this person? And he broke it down between men and women. And he made some details. And he told us to do it. Now, here's the thing. Normally, when I read through a book, I don't go through all the exercises. But I am like 100% committed and serious about this. So I'm going through all of the exercises that are in this book. And will demonstrate them. So let's talk about our ideal customer. Now, basically, just the ideal customer should be a class in and of itself. For me personally, my ideal customer is someone who has a lot of things in common with myself. That means age group, maybe some background things in common, maybe some hobbies and general interest in common, that type of thing. So that we have a common frame of reference so we can build a rapport that builds into a relationship with mutual respect. Super important. So what he did was he broke it down between, a male customer and a female customer. Now I understand in this world and what's going on, there's others in there, but I'm not knowledgeable enough I have no idea. So I'm just going to leave that stuff alone. And just with like everything else, just deal with what I know, and that's how I can share it. So basically, my ideal male customer's name is Jimmy. He's a more mature person between the ages of 40 and 60. Although if they're older than 60, I'm sure we can find a common frame of reference, because I was always that kid that was into retro stuff. So my friends were really into like Def Leppard and stuff like that. And yeah, I liked Ozzy and Black Sabbath, but I also liked Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Ethel Merman, the big band. There's just something about it that I've always enjoyed. So if someone's older than me, I'm sure we'll have a frame of reference to really get in there. But for the most part, they live life with a moderate amount of success. Someone similar to myself with interests. And I list a few of my interests, like the new age and business, and trying to find a good business opportunity, or maybe they already have one going. Okay, so they're either looking for one or they have one going. And Jimmy has a job he doesn't much care for and would like more time to spend with family and friends. Okay, so that's Jimmy. That's basically my ideal male customer. My ideal female customer is very similar. Her name is Jane, and she's an ambitious go-getter in the same age group as Jimmy. She has a job and would like to make more money so she can have more time to spend with family and friends, just like Jimmy. Would also like to retire her spouse if she has one. And same thing for Jimmy. If he has a spouse, he'll probably want her to retire, or him, whatever. Jane does not care for her job and hates the fact that she does not make enough money. Now, here's the one thing people with jobs all have in common. They don't make enough money. Super important to understand this. Okay? Super important to understand, especially as we go through this. So, where are they congregating? Where are your people hanging out? So, a lot of people who are very religious talk about people hanging out in the various churches. Personally, I'm not, a religious type of guy. A lot of it makes me super uncomfortable. So, but for someone like me, I would look on Facebook, and I'd be, going through the different groups, the comic book groups, maybe some of the business opportunity groups out there. But be careful; those are super dangerous. They're incredibly spammy. I basically quit all those groups because the amount of spam and false account friend requests I was getting was literally ridiculous. It was just crazy. So, where are they hanging out? Are they hanging out on Instagram? Are you a bit younger? You have a lot of TikTok people. Where are your people hanging out? Are they not online? Are they offline most of the time? Are they in the parks? Are they in the gyms, the libraries? Where is your ideal customer spending the majority of their time, other than their work job? So I should say spending the majority of their free time. Where do they congregate? What is important to them? What are they passionate about? And you can learn a lot about people just by striking up conversations with them in Facebook groups. It's super, super simple to do. But that's where they are. Now you're saying, well, Chris, you told me I didn't have to contact people on Facebook. And you don't. You really don't. These are just places your people are hanging out. So you know that your people are into comic books. You make your sales page look comic booky. turn it into a Facebook post, boost that post, pick the people, the different segments, because when you advertise on Facebook, you can pick things about your customers, like their location, their age group, and it can niche down pretty far. So that's for another time, but you can advertise on Facebook and still be put in front of the people that you want to speak to. So there's that. Now, what is the bait that you can use to attract them? Well, it just depends on what you're trying to sell. So if you're one of those fitness people and you're trying to sell your fitness program to them, then maybe you can, let me think about this for a second. Maybe you can give them some free training. Maybe you give them 5 hours of free training, basically. Or you give them, 30 days or 14 days, 7 days. People have different trial times depending on where they think the value of their stuff is. But maybe you just give them a 7-day free trial, and things of that nature. If you're doing business stuff and your income opportunities, maybe you offer them a cheat sheet that will help them in their normal day-to-day business. Now, it doesn't help, like if you're selling a multi-level marketing vitamin company type of thing, it's not going to help you at all to try to give them a cheat sheet to succeed in multi-level marketing business vitamin or vitamin business. That doesn't make any sense because it doesn't help them in their current business. So unless they already have an interest to join, that's not really bait. That's not really an incentive. That doesn't really attract them. So, what can you use to entice them? You want their name, you want their email address, and for some people, it's really hard to get that from them. So just think about that for a minute. What can you do? What can you give them? What can you give to them? What bonuses can you give them that will attract them and start signing up with you? And you're going to want to feel that way about most of your stuff. You're going to want to even at the $7 level, you're going to want to offer a couple of bonuses. And the higher the level, the more bonuses you're going to want to offer them. And everything has to fit together. Okay, so you're offering them a business opportunity that they're going to buy into, but then you can't give them a culinary course as a bonus or a fitness course as a bonus because it doesn't match. It doesn't match at all. All right. And here's the big thing. This is the thing that's going to really close the sale. Question number 4. What is the unique result you can create for them? So this is crazy important. Without a result, there's no reason for them to sign up. There's no reason for them to buy anything from you. So you have to have some type of unique result that you could give them. Okay. So if you're a fitness person, maybe you're offering them, more energy and a better looking body and a healthier lifestyle in just 90 days. Okay. If you're offering some type of income opportunity, maybe you're going to teach them how they can fire their boss at the end of 180 days. 6 months to fire your boss. That would get a lot of people's attention. Basically you want to offer them some type of result that they really want, that they've been really working for, and yet for whatever reason, they've never been able to achieve it. And that's basically it. You're going to want to go through and you're going to want to design your dream customer. You're going to want to know where they're hanging out. And it's not that hard. If you designed your customer after you, basically, then they're pretty much hanging out where you're hanging out. You just want to be sure to advertise in those places. Not spam, advertise. Huge difference. And then the bait to attract them. What are you going to offer as an incentive? What is the unique result you can create for them? Be sure you answer these questions, but not just verbally. Write them down. Have like a little .com secrets journal and write all the stuff down. Write the answers to these questions. And it doesn't have to be a physical paper and pen journal. It could be just a Word document or a publisher document, or one of the ones on Mac, like Pages, Notes, wherever you feel comfortable writing stuff down. Write these questions down and be sure to answer them, because what you're doing here is you're basically designing your business, but you're designing it from the customer up. And that's super important. This is more important than what you're selling. Way more important than that. Because some people, they come out and they make this announcement. Oh, I signed up for this, and within a matter of 4 or 5 days, I made thousands of dollars. And they're not lying. But what they're not telling you is they have a massive subscriber list. And normally when they email the subscriber list, about 1% of that subscriber list buys what they're selling. So if you have a subscriber list of 10,000 people, then you have a 1% response rate. That means every time you email your list, you're making like 100 sales. Think about that for a second. That's pretty powerful. I mean, what would you do to make 100 sales in one day? What would you give? What would you commit to? So for now, all I'm asking you is commit to this book. So I will do a book club video every Friday, and I'm not really sure what time on Friday. So you might not be able to catch the live because I'm sucking at that. But I will do it because this weekend I want to send out some emails to everyone, letting you guys know that next week I will be broadcasting again for 5 days a week. And we'll just, I will pick a time. I know today's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and I know, I at least have to commit to something at least by Sunday morning so I can get those emails out, and bada bing, bada boom. Okay, so that's everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you learned from it. You got some value. We will be going through all of the secrets. But we're going to have to, I thought we were going to do one secret a week, but there's a bunch of secrets in here. So we'll play it by ear, but we're going to do a few secrets every week. So, this is going to be like a 45-minute to an hour type of class. But believe me, it's well worth the time. Buy the book, get the book however you can. The book's important. And I will see you guys on Monday. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even have next week planned out yet. But hopefully by Monday I'll have everything planned out, and we'll get this stuff. We'll get this going. So thanks for being here, everyone, and we'll see you next time.